Good evening, everyone. T-Speaker 222 XRP Future Millionaire with the side bet on XM and Future Digibite OG. So you've seen we had this push up. We were talking about a possible push if we get back up to 97 cents, maybe 99. But I don't know how much farther this can possibly go. It doesn't look great. I feel like this was that premature push up we were talking about. I thought it could get to 97 cents. It quickly pulled back under it. But that's what we were talking about. We're in the apex and we had to make a move. And notice how it hit the apex zone perfect and then it bounced up prematurely. And now it's kind of pulling back. But we don't know, guys. Let this play out because who knows? If we get some kind of volume that came in and just became sustainable, then you never know. But the amount of volume that came in, although it's higher, it's not higher than when we've had previous levels of drops. But it is noticeably higher. Well, not noticeably, but it's a little bit higher than what we had in the session before, the 4-hour session before, which is not abnormal. We just flipped the clocks. And the future's open, so take that for what it is, guys. There's more volume traded now that the futures is open, so that plays a huge role in it. 1.1, 1.2, 2, 3, yeah, so it's not going to come into there. But we did have this push up. So I kept bringing up the 97 number. I don't know where it's going to go, if it's going to go exactly to 97,022, but I knew it was going to come around this area. It made all the sense in the world with the way that area was traded. But I also didn't think it could make much of a run, and I kept saying even if it got to $1 or $1.02, I didn't think it was sustainable, and I just thought it was going to roll over. But most likely it wasn't going to get back, much farther than this. I didn't think so at all. I said it was about a 10 to 15% chance we could even get back to $1.07. So in my eyes, an 85 to 90% chance is not good, especially with what's going on in China, especially with what the technicals are saying. But you can absolutely go up to $1.07 before you rolled over. I just didn't think we had enough steam, and I still don't. I think this is a premature push up that is not indicative of a huge volume spike. There is extra volume, but it's not a volume spike where you're like, holy fuck. So this was no different. So this might just pull back into the middle again. But that was obviously what I always talk about, the premature spike up. But what you need to take out of this is my apex zone. It had to move out of there. There was nothing else it could do. It ran out of time. So Bitcoin, same thing. Made a little bit of a move up. But we can redo this again. I don't know why my stuff isn't saved, but it's actually, we'll be able to draw this out again and again and again. But with repetition comes accuracy, and with accuracy comes better results for you. So, for me, I'm just glad it fucking moved. It was fucking boring. Just sitting there watching the same damn thing. Oh, I mean, it's still the same thing. We never even made it back over this right here. So, I mean, Bitcoin didn't even make it back over that hump. So, it's not, I know a lot of you guys don't understand the charts, but for this to be any kind of real rally, Bitcoin would have to break that formation. And right now it looks to be getting held up on a lower time frame. When I'm looking through it, it's getting held up here a little bit. So we're going to see if it just rides this uptrending support and then eventually gets boxed off at that area, because that's what it looks like is happening. Because that turns into uptrending support. Hold on. Let me go back to finish that pennant that I was drawing up. But that ends up, why I draw it so high up, is you can turn that into the uptrending support. And then you got down here. It made the rally. This would be the good spot to put it. So, I mean, it's come up, but we can go even like this, because it's had a break up. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty good. But it's still over. It's absolutely broke up. But we were running out of area, too. I mean, we can do this. But we were running out of area. We had to make a break. And now, it's so tough, because if we weren't in a manipulated market, I would just say, we could push up. But with all the stuff going in, this has all the makings for this low volume. I mean, when you look at the volume in the 4-hour, you can see it's still not stacking up to the previous days. When you put it in the daily, you can't do it because the daily just switched over. So you have to keep it in the 4-hour right now. Get your first accurate depiction when the clock's flipped over. So now, you see the break, guys. So now, we're going to do the pennant, just so we can see what kind of move are we talking about, whether we go up or down. And we're going to measure it on both sides so you guys can see. But I just telling you guys, it says an 85% chance, a 90% chance of breaking down. Remember we went through this before. There you have it. You're either going up to 51,231 if you were to somehow break up out of this bear pennant, which unfortunately it's a bear pennant, not a bull pennant. But I mean, if you manage to get some kind of volume and manage to do it, or, sorry, it's a little off. You're coming down to 34,480 roughly out of this. You're either going up to 51,234 or you'd be at 34,4. But it's an 85 to 90% chance you break down on Bitcoin. If somehow we got lucky and we got a bunch of volume that came in, is 51,234 out of the question from a technical perspective? If it flipped and it did the opposite of what a bear pennant was supposed to do, yeah, it could get up there because then you'd have to take that same move up. But I'm going to put my money on the 85 to 90% chance it goes down, and I'm not going to play games until we get down to the technical targets. Even if it were to break up, guys, and we were to fulfill this, that's the thing. You see how the technical target is coming short of finishing off this cup? That's indicative of we're going to get up here and if we got up there. I don't think we're going to. There's several cups here, but we're not getting up there. We're not going to make that big of a move based on the volume and based on all the stuff going on. I feel like we're having a fake up, but hey, anything's possible. In a manipulated market, anything is possible. It's how big are your balls. And right now, my balls are as big as peas. Or they're as giant as grapefruit, because sometimes the biggest balls is knowing when not to take a gamble. So you can take your peas and fling them away because I got grapefruits. No. So, but anyhow, I'm just trying to tell you guys in a straight to the point what's going on right now, because we've talked about this for the better part of, I don't even know how many days. I know the whole weekend, because I've talked about this 97 to 99 number a lot, and you can look at some of the comments even when we were having conversation, because I love some of the conversations and comments, and we talked about the short. A lot of people were asking about short, and I said I wouldn't start putting the short in until 97 to 99. Few people asked me in comments, which I like those comments. I like the constructive comments where we're going back and forth, giving information out, and you know, we're in that range. Can it push farther? Hell yeah, it can. I'm not saying it can't. I never didn't. But I still think with what we're seeing on the technical parts that we're going to break down. Like I said, I think we're going to break down before we have any kind of 25% move. Can we get a 5 or 10% move? Yeah, sure. We just broke down by 20%. Of course we can get a 5 or 10% move again. We were just at $1.07. You know, not last weekend at this time. So yeah, could we get a move up to hit $1.07 again? Sure. That's the thing that can happen. But once we get up there, we're going to roll over. If we get up there, though, it would be a great gain. But it's such a risk. Because it's a bearish continuation pattern. And eventually it catches up with itself. And right now it's starting to catch up with itself. So just don't get yourself in trouble. I'm keeping a close eye on this. I'm telling you every single thing you can do. But if you're taking these moves, you've got to do it earlier. Like if you're going to take 97, why wouldn't you do it earlier at 93? Or 90 when it broke down a little bit. Or earlier this morning when it was at 89. Like that's the things you have to ask yourself. At 97, it's super risky. And it's all about your target, though. I mean, if you're a leverage trader and you want to take a gamble, I'm not going to condone it because I don't condone leverage trading. So that, to me, already, I don't condone. I like to do straight. I don't like to get wrecked in it. It's no different than borrowing margin in the stock market. Most people get liquidated and wrecked. Absolutely wrecked. And then when you watch the people on YouTube, it's always the same shit when they talk about it. Hayden. Oh, well, we got, you know, it's fine. We took a little bit of a hit, but you're 15 fucking X and it just went down 7%. The deep dark secret, guys, of that is, what is that? You're fucking liquidated. If it goes down 10% and you're 15X, you're done. If it only goes down 5%, or goes up 5%, that's 65%. Or 75% on a 15X leverage. Or when they say just do 10X, oh, sure. So when it goes down 6.5%, I'm down 65%. So think hard, think clear. Don't do anything stupid because that money in your portfolio right now is precious. If you lose all of that now, you're going to kick yourself so hard in a couple weeks. I'm telling you guys, a lot of you are going to kick yourself when we get into October, late October, and early November. Like I've been saying for the better part of fucking 3.5 months. It's all progress. 3.5 months ago, we were not at 97 cents. We were at $1.97. Or what was it? $1.67, whatever the fuck it was 3.5 months ago. The point is we're on a downtrend and we're continuing down. Yes, we have points where we're like, oh my God, we're up 22% after a 16, or what is it? After a 35% drop, then we're up 16. Then another 40%, then we're up 12. It's not equating. XRP, yes, it went up from, 130% after it dropped over 300%. So let's keep it in perspective here, guys. Bitcoin, yes. It went up some, what was it, 16, 17,000, right? It dropped 38,000. Keep it in perspective. Stay blessed. Hit that motherfucking like button.